So if you're watching this video, you're probably in the market for a track saw. So the purpose of this short video is to explain to you some of the benefits, what a track saw is, and hopefully that'll help you make a decision on whether or not a track saw is right for you. And I think you'll find that a track saw has a lot of benefits that are often overlooked. So what is a track saw? It's exactly the way that it sounds. It is a saw similar to a standard circular saw that rides on a track. Now this is not just a circular saw, as it does have the plunge capabilities that you will not find on a standard circular saw. So why is this important? A saw that rides on a track? Because it's going to give you incredible accuracy. This thing will cut as straight as you allow it to. And what I mean by that, as long as you are able to maneuver this track and place it where you need to place it on your reference lines, it is going to cut perfectly on that line every single time, which is going to give you much better accuracy. Now, what makes a track saw so accurate, other than the fact that it simply rides on a track, is the fact that it has this splinter guard located on it. And one of the benefits to a track saw, specifically this track saw, is that that splinter guard is your cut line. So whether you're making a -1 degree angle for a back bevel, or you're cutting at 45-degree angles for a miter joint, it is going to cut on that line every single time. So that splinter guard is your reference. So you can know with 100% certainty that when you place this track on your mark, it is going to be on that line every single time. The next thing I want to talk about is versatility with a track saw. So a track saw is not just meant for breaking down sheet goods. While it is incredibly good at that specific process, it can be used on hardwoods, on your furniture projects, but even more importantly, these tracks can actually be mounted in a vertical position. So let's say, for instance, you needed to cut the bottom of a door. Let's say that you needed to cut a section out in drywall and you wanted to mount that track to the wall. You can absolutely do that. That's definitely something that you can't do with, say, a table saw. The next benefit that I want to talk about is that you're going to get superior dust extraction from a track saw. This particular track saw, with a dust extractor hooked up to it, you're going to capture 96% of the dust that is produced from this track saw. And with the dust bag on it, in this example, this is a cordless track saw, which you can buy track saws in both cordless and corded. That bag is even going to capture 90%. So the dust collection that you're going to get from one of these is far superior than some other options out there. Next, I want to highlight the quality of cuts that you're going to get with a track saw. And what makes the quality of a track saw cut so great is the fact that there's a splinter guard on the actual track itself, so the cut side is always going to be supported and give you very clean cuts. But additionally, we have a splinter guard built into the machine here that is going to help the offcut side. And this is not only important when you're doing rip cuts, it's going to give you superior results where it really matters, and that's the cross cuts, especially on plywoods. And then finally, I want to talk about space savings, right? If you're somebody that's in a small space, maybe you can't afford the space that a table saw takes. Well, believe it or not, a track saw is going to do pretty much everything that you would need to do. And if you don't want to sacrifice that space, why not look at something like a track saw? As you can see here, this is the space that you need. And it's great because this can fit into a sustainer, which brings portability into the conversation. You can take this to a job site, you can take this to break down lumber for transportation. It all comes in a very small package. So if you're somebody that's limited on space, a track saw may be an incredibly smart investment for your shop. So those are just a few benefits to having a track saw, and hopefully the information in this video helped you with your decision on whether or not a track saw is right for you.